know I love that organic cooking. I always ask for more. And they call me Mr. Natural. On down to the health food store.
Welcome back to Pagitt Radio, joined by natural health coach Shelley Pagitt at the 1:30 hour. Natural health coach Shelley Pagitt can be found at shelleypagitt.com. Also a link to her and all the advice that she gives over at facebook.com/Doug Pagitt Radio. If you like the page over there, you get to keep up to date on the updates. You can find the podcast, all the rest of that, and links to people who are guests, and even to the regular commentators on the show, including natural health coach Shelley Pagitt. Hello, natural health coach.
Hello. I'm just running in from a seasonal clothing swap.
A seasonal clothing swap.
Right.
Is this some sort of a party in the park where people go outside when the weather's nice and take their clothes off and swap them with other people?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. We got a picture of it.
It's a bunch of people, isn't it, that like have old clothes. It's like a garage sale, but you swap clothes. Is that?
Well, it's actually a freebie thing, and so it was held at a woman's house in her living room, and there's piles of varieties of kinds of clothing, and we are all swapping and changing clothes and walk out of there with hopefully less than you came with and a few new items to you.
Oh, and what happens to the other items if you leave with less than you came with?
Well, if you're from the Solomon's Porch community, you pack them all up into bags and you bring them to Solomon's Porch for the garage sale that's coming up on the 2nd and 3rd of June.
Yeah, June 2nd and 3rd, a citywide garage sale. Like if you're into garage sailing, spread the word. Over on the corner of 46th Street and Blaisdell Avenue.
Well, and I will say, too, about that garage sale, yes. I know you have a lot of listeners. I'm sure it's like in the thousands and thousands of listeners.
Yes, tens of thousands, we like to say, 20s of thousands.
Right. So, anyway, teens of thousands, all of the listeners, especially if they have used furniture that's in good condition, can also bring that to Solomon's Porch, and we would be happy to sell it for you. And 10% of the donations, or of the money that we raise, is donated to the space called the Women's, what is it called, the Northside Women's Project?
The Northside Women's Shelter, which is a program for women who are trying to change their lives from working on the streets to doing something more life-giving.
Right.
Over on the north side of Minneapolis. So if you're thinking about having a garage sale, but you don't want to go through all the work because it's not worth it, you don't quite have enough for your own garage sale, or you just don't want the hassle of sitting out in your driveway arguing over a quarter, bring it over to Solomon's Porch over 100 West 46th Street, and we'll do that for you. We'll argue over a quarter.
Right. For a good cause.
We'll be the petty people on this particular day. June 2nd and 3rd, but you have to bring your things over the next couple of weeks. So you could drop them off there, and you could come on June 2nd and 3rd and buy other people's items that they don't want.
Right. Which is what we do at the clothing swap, and it's pretty sweet.
I know. I just don't get garage sales. So I do my very best to be supportive of, because I know for many people it is a great, grand idea.
Works out pretty well.
It sure does. There's people who love them. Randon, how about you? Randon, do you like garage sales? You kind of strike me as a guy who might not care for a garage sale.
Yeah, I don't really care.
You don't really care for a garage sale. Have you ever pulled over your car because you saw a garage sale sign?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, natural health coach Shelley Pagitt, what do we? What is our health tip of the week that we will put into our little tip jar? And at the end of the year, we will have a life savings worth of natural health tips.
Well, this is going to be a good money-saving tip. Take care of your teeth naturally. I don't think we've ever done any dental hygiene conversation here.
I don't think we have. I didn't know there was an option for natural tooth care.
Yes, there is.
There is. Well, let's hear it. What is the natural health tip for tooth care?
Well, there's a few things. I mean, we have the dietary, aspects of it, and then we have the hygiene aspects of it. So they both go together. And how about we start with hygiene?
All right.
So one thing that I would do is definitely floss your teeth. Mm-hmm. And that's no news to people, but there is a dental floss that's at the co-ops and the natural food stores, and it's a tea tree oil-based dental floss. So there's tea tree oil in the floss. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, there's tea tree oil in the floss, and when you floss your teeth, then your gums are getting the benefits of that. It's like a natural kind of, not an antibiotic, but like a kind of antiseptic-y thing. So the tea tree oil will help with any bacteria that might be growing in your gums. So I think that's really good. Another thing is to when you brush your teeth, also to choose toothpaste. And this is a little bit controversial, but I believe if people do research, they will understand as well.
Yes.
To brush your teeth with toothpaste that does not have fluoride in it.
No fluoride toothpaste?
Yeah.
Well, people must be screaming at the radios. That makes no sense. I thought that was the whole reason for toothpaste.
Right, but I think it was initially the idea, but there's, I mean, if you really want to take it a step further, you can just make your own toothpaste with, like, baking soda and salt, but I definitely don't do that because I like a little minty flavor.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you say that.
So,
well, you could crush some fresh mint in there, I'm sure.
You could, actually.
Into your own. Now, one of the funny things about toothpaste, and maybe this is what you're suggesting, these natural ones aren't this way. Toothpaste have a big warning on them that tell you not to swallow.
Right.
It has to be one of the few products that says, put this in your mouth, swish it around, but don't swallow it.
Right.
Spit it out because it's dangerous for you. I mean, that seems to be coming right up to the edge of the line of good advice, doesn't it? That you'd put something in your mouth that you're not supposed to swallow?
Well, right, but I mean, it's seriously, like, there's so many. I just, posted something on Facebook, too, about the stupidity of the laws right now. Like, whatever, I'm not going to go down that trail, but yes, like, don't put it to, akin to tobacco or, large amounts of alcohol or something. It's so ridiculous. So, really, I think in the old days when they thought that everybody was fluoride deficient and that they should have it, I mean, it's much better just to take a multi-complex trace mineral complex than it is to specifically use toothpaste that has fluoride added to it.
Is that so?
There's a lot of health.
So how does someone find this toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it? I would just, again, I thought that most toothpaste, I mean, around our house I use whatever toothpaste you give me, so I don't really know how one shops for these things because
right.
I'm quite incompetent at that. But how does that work? Do you go in there and it has like a big sign on the box that says no fluoride toothpaste?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking
at... That can't be a big seller.
Yeah, no, it does, actually, in the natural health world, because people are aware
That's hilarious.
that fluoride is not a good thing to put extra in your body.
What's next? No bleach in the toothpaste, too?
That would be a good option as well, because people do consume bleach, as they do consume ammonia and all kinds of other crap in
toothpaste with
food.
no fluoride or bleach.
Right.
By the large size.
So I think that those two things are really good, like, good floss and then natural toothpaste. And then, obviously, to do that morning and night. But I would say floss at least, I mean, if one thing that we've done is we've put the floss, like, in the shower. Sometimes that makes it...
Is that where it is?
No, it's on the side of the sink now. But sometimes that makes it a little bit more handy.
Yes,
But, like, trying to create a system for yourself that works, that you actually do it at least a few times a week. And then another thing, obviously, so if we get to one more health thing, like if you have like an abscess or if you have like an infection or something going on in your mouth.
Yeah, so you got a sore gum or you got you got a little cold sore or something brewing in there.
Well, not necessarily a cold sore because that's something different, but inside your mouth. Like if you feel like you have a tooth infection or if you've got like, I don't know, something like on your gums that's irritating you.
Okay, you're making my teeth hurt just by talking about it like this.
Because you have a phobia of dentists. But anyway, so what I would do is I usually would floss and brush, and then if I feel like I have maybe something going on with my gums or if they need a little more support, then I'll take a little bit of liquid chlorophyll, or if people are out and about, they can also do wheatgrass.
Seriously?
Yeah, listen.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If people have an infection in their mouth or in their gums anywhere, and they were to swoosh like liquid chlorophyll mixed with some water.
And liquid chlorophyll is extremely green.
It is extremely green. It's the pressed liquid from the... You're not funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I just have this mental image of someone swishing chlorophyll and then using toothpaste that has no cleaning or fluoride or bleach in it. And then like all these people would have like green teeth.
Yeah, what happens if you like crush the mint leaves and then you have like mint stuck between your teeth?
I just have a mental image that's making me giggle.
I don't think I would do mint leaves, but I definitely...
Well, you said you like the flavor and the baking soda and
the flavor, right. I mean, that's really a far reach. I mean, liquid chlorophyll might be a far reach for many people, but if you have a toothache or if you have a gum, I want to call it like a pussy gum. I don't know what it's called, like an abscess or something.
Gingivitis? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you you know, if you were to floss and then swish chlorophyll mixed in with water in your gums, it will make your gums more healthy, and it potentially can take away the infection in there depending on what else, you know, you choose to do with it. So there actually is a purpose for it, and it's, I mean, a lot of people most people don't know about that, and it's legit.
So getting a good dose of some chlorophyll in your mouth if you have some sort of gum or pussy gum issue.
Right, and if you don't have liquid chlorophyll in your fridge, which I'm assuming 99.9% of the people listening don't,
right,
then you can also stop at like Whole Foods or somewhere that has a juice bar, and you can get a shot of wheatgrass.
Oh, and swish it around.
Swish that around as well. It's just that the chlorophyll is way less expensive and much more handy to have in your own fridge.
Okay, so that was the hygiene side. What about the food side of all this?
So the chlorophyll leads into the food side of it. One is to drink plenty of water, and to also swish your water around, you know, after you've eaten or whatever, and really clean out your gums. And then another thing would be to obviously not drink pop and other sweet beverages, at least to minimize them, and then drink water afterward. So water should be your cleanser. And then, let's see, what else was I going to say? Oh, and then eat lots of green food. So green food as well, and like maybe even like I think apple cider vinegar. I've given that tip before, but apple cider vinegar and lemon also help balance the acidity in the body. And it can also, like when people have gingivitis, actually that comes from way internal.
Oh.
And so drinking like liquid chlorophyll and apple cider vinegar and lemon water, lemon juice are all things that can help to create a much more fresh breath scenario.
Well, and you know what's a little interesting about this, and I know this is true in the natural health world with the yin and the yang, and we only have about a minute left after this, but a lot of people, if they want their teeth to be clean, they want to stay away from staining foods like chlorophyll or leafy greens that get caught in their teeth. And if they think they have bad breath, the last thing they want to do is drink smelly apple cider vinegar.
Right.
But it's exactly those things that you're prescribing for people that have those struggles.
Right. And I don't know, there's just so many people that have that deep down, like it's a belly bad breath. And it's from inside, and I know people that like scrape their tongue and do all this crazy stuff to
Please never say that again.
Yeah, make their breath better. And it's like if they would just go like internal, at least like lemon water, every day, and try to balance out the acids in the stomach. And
see, now I thought you should swallow toothpaste to help with that, but you're saying no, that's not the case.
Only you. You should do that.
Hey, that's natural health coach Shelley Pagitt. She has tips like this over on her website if you can't keep up with all of these, or if somehow those last few seconds made you gag and you can't remember what I said there. I can find natural health coach Shelley Pagitt at shelleypagitt.com, and she will keep up to you. You can also find her on the Facebook link at facebook.com/Doug Pagitt Radio, where you find the links to these people and these places. And thank you, natural health coach Shelley Pagitt. I've fallen into a tunnel. Hey, we'll be back with the Right On after this.